We are live. We are live. How's it going, my man?
Good, man. Yourself?
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Not bad.
Quick panic to change everything around just now.
We've
talk about that because I think it was pretty funny, actually.
Hang on, let me just close the door. I have got a screaming child next door. Always fun hearing that.
Change that.
Hang on. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of the echoes. Sweet. We are ready. Sorry, man. Sorry. We are. Yeah.
Oh, it's all good.
As we were saying, we've had a couple of last-minute changes.
Indeed.
We both had our. How was it? We had our build cams underneath, so it just looked like we had little tiny arms. I've taken a screenshot, so I will post a photo.
Can you share the screen now? Did you? Can you? Can you share it? You got to change it. You got to change it. I mean, share it. I mean, because it was funny. So here we are. We're setting up. We're like, oh yeah, we've done this before heaps of times. Me and April do this all the time. Put your arms out, and it made us look like I had little micro arms, and it was hilarious. So had to jerry rig the camera off to the side here because things just weren't working quite so well. So
here's how it did look.
Classic.
It just wasn't right.
Oh, brilliant. It's brilliant. It's so good. It's so good. Lessons learned.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Hey, and I'm glad we start these things, 10 minutes, or we get in here 10 minutes before we start for that very reason. Should we say some hellos? We've got some people in the chat. We should probably mention as well, we are streaming on both my channel and Dan's channel, so there will be across, both chats will be speaking to. So
indeed, yeah. So we can see both chats, which is fantastic. But if you're wondering, we're talking to some other random. We're streaming both Between the Bricks and Bricks In, which is pretty damn cool.
Something new, eh? Something to try, eh? So we'll try and do these a little bit more often.
Indeed. And if you're watching on Between the Bricks and you haven't subscribed to Brickscene, make sure you do.
And vice versa.
Exactly that. Brickscene, one word. Search it. You'll see
the links in my description below to Between the Bricks. So make sure you do go and subscribe over there too.
I wasn't that organised.
Gotta do it. Should we say some hellos? I'll say hello to some people in my chat at the moment. I've got Rain Leon Lego Kid. How you going? Will, how's it going, mates? Des NZ, hello. Richard Lance, how are you, sir? Luigi Santos, Blongs Bricks. Awesome. How's it going? Who have you got in your chat at the moment?
Nice. I've got April B, Crazy Kiwi, Charles Pritchard, Catmat GS, and Des NZ. G'day, welcome everybody. Welcome.
How's it going? Vintage Brick, how's it going, guys? How's it going?
And the last bit of housekeeping in the beginning, I guess. Up next to you, the little logo up there. There it is over there. Big shout out to Toyco for providing these sets for us to build on this stream. So we can just hang out and chat and build some Lego. So
absolutely,
if you're a New Zealander and you need Lego, toyco.co.nz, they always have pretty decent sales. Amazing team over there at the Toyco shop. Really quick delivery. And I think, if you spend $100 or more, you get free delivery nationwide. So get amongst it. Support the shops that support the community. Toyco is one of the biggest community supporters. In my opinion.
Absolutely.
I'm building the Skull Sorcerer's Dragon. What do you got?
I have got the Wonder Woman sets.
Nice.
This was the one that, the only video that I've pulled from YouTube, actually, was when this one got found out in the wild. So I decided to talk about it in a live stream, and that takedown notice went around, not to me directly, but thought I better be good and take it down anyway. So that's what I'm building. This was one that Toyco gave to me as well a little while back. So
crazy. They do zip and pay now, and they do zip because you asked me to ask them, and I did. And Martin looked into it, and they do zip. So they are. That's what I mean, man.
How's it
Super
going?
good at picking up.
Yes, I've heard this is great for parts. Be interested to have a good look at this one.
The Wonder Woman set.
Yes. What are we, 2 bags? Hang on, I'm just going to mute while I open this bag so that I don't blast everyone's ears.
I should probably do the same, but I'm doing it anyway. So hang on, I'll mute too.
Yes, so saving your ears there, saving your ears. Nice. No, I've heard that it's good for parts, and I've always been interested. I can probably find out right now. Yes, those pieces are printed. They're not stickers, which I was pretty confident of, to be honest. But yes, a really interesting piece to have tons of and printed. So no, I'm looking forward to building this one. It looks a little bit bigger than I was expecting, actually. But yeah. How's yours looking there, Dan? Oh, you're still unbagging. Still unbagging. Yes, Vintage Brick. Absolutely. Oh, hey, shout out to Vintage Brick as well. If anyone hasn't checked out Vintage Brick's channel, he's another friend of ours. Please go and check it out. Another local guy over here. He does some awesome stuff, great filming as well, and he's working on something pretty special at the moment. So check him out.
His production quality is amazeballs, and hoping we've been sort of talking that the three of us might all do
something
at some point in the future. Hopefully, again, probably stream to all three channels. All right. So I haven't had a Ninjago set for quite a while, but
what's that?
I haven't had a Ninjago set for quite a while.
You get some odd pieces with Ninjago, don't you?
But these things, whoa, that's some sexy piece.
That is an interesting piece.
My lights are like totally messed up now. Actually, no.
Yeah, mine seems to be
I'm
nice.
going to ask a question. Do you like the camera in this angle for the people that are watching? Because I'm actually quite liking this angle as opposed to my normal setup.
The problem is that I have my setup so fine-tuned sometimes that literally centimeters out of shot is absolute carnage, you know. So that the little rectangle that you see is the only tidy spot.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
Andy, how's it going, man? How's it going? We're building Marvel stuff tonight. Well, I'm building Marvel stuff, and he's building Ninjago stuff, sorry.
I'm not going to lie that April, that watching you build it was a little bit of inspiration. Oh, Rain Lego Kid, that's like a swear word around here, brother.
Oh, absolutely.
We all hate Lepin, man.
How's it going, Catmatch?
If you like Lepin, that's cool. I'm not going to hate on you, but not me.
I did like that Twist and Billsy's video.
Yeah, I knew it.
I was a little bit concerned there for a second. I was a bit worried.
I was like, nah, not a chance, man. He ain't that stupid.
I don't think he was, but
like he's stupid. But come on, he's not that stupid.
Oh, I would have brought in the views.
It's a nice little thing.
Would have brought in the views.
You know what? It doesn't.
Blowing stuff up.
Yeah, I've tried it.
Yep.
I'm not blowing stuff up. I never blew anything up. But I did do some videos where I did shoot some sets with a high-powered rifle.
I've yet to see these videos. You've told me about them, and I'm keen to see them purely just to see how Lego reacts to what you did.
It reacts as you'd expect it would. It explodes, but it doesn't damage every single piece. It damages a reasonable amount of pieces. So
a select few.
But I closed that channel due to public backlash. So
that's very cool.
Oh, at the time, it was affecting my lug because I was a representative of my lug group. So I think I could do it now and tell people where to go if I wanted to, because it was all Lego that I had bought and paid for with my own money, or, funnily enough, that people had given me to do
that with.
Yep, and replace the pieces and give it back. It's that crazy.
Cool little minifig. See if we can.
So feels bad, man. Not really. Not really.
Cool minifig.
Colosseum was awesome, Richard. Really enjoyed it. I've built it twice now. Not because I really wanted to build it twice, but I built it for a YouTube video a wee while back and then took it to Nelson and it didn't fare well on the trip back. And then I had to pull it apart anyway to rebuild on my live stream on Twitch. So built it twice, enjoyed it both times, not going to lie. It was a bit tedious the second time, but I still enjoyed it because it's not as bad as you think it's going to be when it comes to repetition. It's just done well. That the repetitiousness of it doesn't seem as repetitious as you would think.
Well, you'd have to do that to keep people's interest up.
Absolutely. And I think the designers had that thought well in mind when they were doing it, because the way that it's been laid out is actually really clever.
But something I have seen. Oh, sorry, Karen. No,
that's right. I was just going to say there's enough difference in most of the segments that keep you watching the instructions.
I was going to say what I've heard people saying is that it's a more enjoyable build than it's sort of led to believe.
And what it looks like, yeah.
And what it looks like, yeah.
Yep, I'll vouch for that.
Yep.
You know, haters are going to hate. There's nothing you're going to do about that. But as having built it twice, I enjoyed it both times.
Yep.
It's about to go off to its forever home. To become an education piece.
Is that where it's going to live for a while?
Yeah, my sister's a teacher, teaches classics, and her year 10 class studies the Colosseum, so it's given it to her to take to school.
Nice.
And I think it's better off getting eyes on it and getting some use out of it in that sense than just sitting in a box. So.
Yeah. Probably a nice centerpiece for that class, wouldn't it? You know.
Yeah, she popped into my stream on Friday night and had a look at it, and she was well stoked with it, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Who's that?
I don't know. It's the blue one. Is that Kai?
Is that Jay?
Jay?
Might be Jay.
I don't know. Print on the torso is really nice.
Yeah.
They got sort of new hats as well that have almost like knight looks to it. I hope they don't start to cross over these things with knights and stuff, but the light is terrible on this side.
Is that print as well, is it?
Yeah. I wonder if it'd be better on that camera. Yep.
Yeah, that's a bit better. Yeah, it focuses a bit better. Stud City is saying a Lego rugby stadium build for the market down here would be pretty cool. I mean, they did that. I mean, they did the Manchester United stadium, and I like the idea of a stadium, but I just don't think they would sell well outside of the fans of whatever team plays at said stadium. You know, unfortunately.
Nah, I'd be really keen to know what the numbers of sales were like on that Old Trafford. I don't think that they would have been fantastic outside of that immediate area, if I'm being perfectly honest.
Well, outside of that niche, I mean, I wouldn't even say the area. I mean, you know, I think you know, I don't know, it's just what crossover are there between Lego and football fans? You know, you're either going to have the diehards who have to have it because it's Manchester United, and then you'll have the diehard Lego fans who have to have it because it's a decent big set.
Yeah,
and not many people are going to buy it on a whim as part of their collection just to display on a shelf somewhere because it doesn't actually look that good.
Nope. No, I wasn't impressed with it, if I'm being perfectly honest. Yeah.
I like the idea of stadium, you know, having stadiums as builds, but I just can't see any stadium being successful. I'm trying to think of a stadium that would have worldwide appeal in that regard. I mean, the old Wembley maybe, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think they're clutching at straws.
Yeah, exactly.
Personally.
Yeah, not American football. I mean, the thing is those Americans. So I've got Stud Sidious here. You can probably see it as well, talking about American. It was one who mentioned about the stadium, but yeah, non-American football. But some of you guys crowds in those NFL games are massive. I'm sure the fans of some of those teams might be able to pull in some sales if they ever did a stadium over there. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but again, it comes back down to that very, very niche market that they'd be targeting. Anybody, for any sports team particularly, it's going to be a niche, very niche market. Mind you, I guess a lot of markets are niche. The what was that TV show one that they did? The Upside Down. That's
Stranger Things.
Yeah, Stranger Things.
Yeah.
It's a very niche market to people that have watched that TV show.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. And that set's still on the shelves.
It is indeed, So
I think it's a great set. Actually, I really like that set.
I enjoyed building it. I wouldn't buy it. Do you have a Millennium Falcon? The UCS Millennium Falcon?
Yes, I did see that question come up. I do. Oh, I've moved it. That's right. It did sit there until today. When I tidied it up, it's gone back in the living room. But yes, I do have it. Yeah, that's Stranger Things.
But mine's not here right now. It's on loan to another person to enjoy the build without having to pay for it.
Nice.
And then I'm probably going to sell it.
Are you?
Yeah, probably. Otherwise, it's just going to sit in the box.
Yes. I looked at some of my stuff today and I was just like, am I actually going to build this again?
Oh, you actually get 2 of those printed dragon face shields. That's nice.
Oh, yeah. Always nice to have a pair.
Indeed. And it's such a nice print too. Such a nice print.
Clean, crisp. Clean and crisp.
It actually is quite clean and crisp. And it's well centered on the shield too, which has been an issue for some stuff recently that I've seen being complained about. Sinking fields upside down. Star Wars fans, geez, they're one-track minds, eh?
We do, yes, yeah. What can I turn this into?
What Star Wars ship would this represent? Are we allowed to talk about Mando yet, or is it still too soon?
Absolutely. Anyone out there not seen it yet that's going to be real against us talking about it? I don't think so. Surely. It's fair game by this time of the weekend, surely.
You'd think so, but... Yeah. Oh, Cat bought Sesame Street. Not the top 5, huh?
My problem with that set, and you might hear more about this soon, is that it's half. You're always going to. There's always going to be something missing if you're not willing to give all the characters, because we all love different parts about Sesame Street. It's not like it was about a group of 4 characters that did this or something like that. There's always going to be that. I don't know. People are going to like the count and want the count over some of the others that we got,
Yeah.
Vintage Brick still hasn't seen it. Still hasn't seen Mando. Come on, man. I thought you'd caught up.
Well, we won't spoil it then.
We won't spoil it. But I did watch it again today.
Yeah, I'm going to probably watch it again at some point. I know what I need to with Aaron anyway, but oh, man, I'm just loving it.
Yeah.
I'm just a little bit disappointed that we're getting very close to the end of season 2 again, and it's like, oh my God, we have to wait another year.
It's gone past in a bit of a bang, isn't it?
It has, and I haven't been disinvested in a TV show for such a long time.
No, me neither. And it's, I don't know, it sort of harks back to those 80s style shows that you sort of wait week to week, and there's something really sort of, I don't know, really appealing about that, rather than being able to binge something from start to finish.
Yeah, for sure.
The anticipation adds to it.
Yeah, waiting for it to, for drop time. The Mandalorian, Cat. So it's on Disney Plus, and it's season 2. So it's a Star Wars spin-off TV show that's being produced essentially to Star Wars standards. So it does not look like a cheap second cousin or anything like that.
No, it's very well produced, isn't it?
And it's the story about a Mandalorian, which is a race the same as Boba and Jango Fett. So, well, yeah, same sort of armor. They have a creed, and there's all sorts of stuff that goes on, but it's just so good, good. And I guess we can talk about that without spoiling it. But the one of the primary character obviously is the Mandalorian. And the secondary primary character is a baby Yoda creature. I don't actually know if people know what that race is, because I don't.
I don't think we know yet.
He's such a cute little guy. Everybody's in love with little baby Yodes. He has a name.
It's Disney's pet of the moment, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Disney's moneymaker.
Yeah, and my wife is even enjoying it. She's watched Star Wars, but she's not a hardcore Star Wars fan. But she's watching it, and we're enjoying watching it together.
Yeah, that's the main thing. That's the main thing. But yes, I'm just reading in my chat here. Where is it? They got a massive spoiler on Saturday morning when he was reading Facebook pages. Vintage Brick. It's never nice finding out something on Facebook. You know, that's the way I see it. You know, I'd almost rather see a YouTube video on it where someone's breaking something down, and I go, okay, you know, and I'm watching what's happening. But yes, reading about something.
Yeah, that's why I'm probably watching it straight away now as it drops.
April is obviously down with the lingo. Mando is Bay.
I was just trying to find that comment on my side. Where is it? Why can't I see it?
What was that? Vintage Brick, I think, is off to.
It's that far off. Michael says, any thoughts on the new Lego control buggy coming out? Are you talking about the Jeep Wrangler? Is it a Wrangler?
There is a Wrangler, isn't there? There's something coming out. Yeah, I remember seeing a picture.
My thoughts are, it looked really cool, but it's Technic, so it's not really my cup of tea. And I'm almost guaranteeing that it's going to be grossly under speed. It'll be too slow. It's a bit like the other one that they brought out, in my opinion. And then there's another question here. Any ideas on what the Lego 2021 supercar will be? It's a good question.
Chances are you know.
I don't actually know.
No, you don't? You don't?
No, I don't have that kind of thing. If I was to guess, my guess at this point in time would be I would be looking at McLaren. I'd be looking at a McLaren.
Because they've obviously got the license for it.
They've picked up that IP. They've done a couple of other things.
True.
Maybe. That would be my pick if I was to pick something.
BFAB's in the house. How's it going, buddy? How's it going?
No, stop talking about him now.
Don't mention.
You know what I'd love to see, and I can't remember where I had this conversation because I've been a bit of a stream whore lately, but we were talking about it somewhere, and I can't remember when. It might have even been last night on my show. I just don't know. So I apologize if I was stealing somebody's thunder here, but about time they started doing some more American muscle cars.
Yes, I agree.
It'd be really interesting to see an American muscle car done in that style.
I agree. Like the big flagship models, the big $650 model.
Yeah.
Well,
so the Porsche Cayenne and the Lamborghini Sian, the Porsche,
The Chiron.
Chiron. Imagine that style done as, an American muscle car. Like, could they improve at that scale? Could they improve on, Dom's Dodge Charger, which...
Yes. I was quite gutted the size that it came out in, just because of, the details are all dumbed down big time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm doing good things. Be fair.
Yeah, man. I'm good. Building some Wonder Woman. Building that Wonder Woman set. Sure
Tolkien's decided the first thing they're going to buy is the Monkey King and...
What's that?
The two Brickheads figures. One's the Monkey King from there. What was the other one? Oh, the Dragon Dance guy Brickhead. Nice. Both good choices, actually. Good choices. Dom's Dodge Charger always comes up because it was a piece of
Yeah, it wasn't a very well finished model. I don't know. I always say that it looks like it's been in an accident.
Yeah, in a gunfight. But I think the problem being, so this is my opinion on Dom's Dodge Charger, is they made it a similar scale in size to the Creator Expert vehicles. So people, I think, then, I guess, kind of compare the two, and you look at, Dom's Dodge Charger, Ford Mustang. Oh, the Mustang's so much nicer. Because they're similar size. If it was bigger or smaller and still Technic, I don't think people would have cared. But I think too many people, myself included, looked at that and went, why did you not just do that as a Creator Expert vehicle? I would have bought that all day.
Absolutely. And, people would have been singing out for more, because it's from, the Fast and the Furious. It's popular movies, there's plenty of cars to choose from. Plenty of iconic cars, if you like, throughout those movies.
Oh, tons.
They are what they are, those. Whether you like the movies or not, they were popular.
Yeah. We just rewatched them all just recently again. From in order of, like, chronological order, not release order. So actually, it's a much better story when you watch them chronologically.
That's true, April. The hatred is real for that set, that Dom's Charger.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame. It's a nice enough Technic model, but I think they just ballsed it up as far as size, and everyone getting upset about it not looking like what they thought it could look like.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I tell you, talking about classic American cars, see, I have a feeling now with that new windscreen and the Ecto One that's going to be great for that sort of classic car mock. It's the right size. It's perfect shape, for some decent sized American style cars anyway.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see how that gets used, because I think that'll be something we see soon. And I love seeing big scale mock cars. I really do.
Yeah, there's some good ones. I saw another one just this morning or yesterday morning. Another Creator Expert scaled car. I can't remember what model it was now, but it looked amazing. There's some really talented people out there that build some of those scaled cars in that, and they're just so good, good.
Beyond my creative ability.
Yours and mine both, buddy.
Karen, how are you? Thanks for joining us.
Hey, Karen.
Hope you're well.
Nice to see you over here on the YouTubes as opposed to the Twitchies.
How's your build coming along, Dan?
Yeah, it's nice. I have no idea what I'm building currently, but it looks like it's going to be a spinny thing of some description.
Spinny thing. That'll be the technical description.
Yep, definitely the technical, professional description, Arnie. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. And I have no idea what all of these little heart pieces are meant to represent, but there are a bunch of gold, the little 1x1 heart tile. There's a bunch of those.
Mhm.
Figured the two would be fun duo build for Chinese New Year. Absolutely. Absolutely, they would be good to build for the Chinese New Year. In fact, the Dragon Dance guy was last year's Chinese New Year brickhead. I haven't seen one for this year.
True. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. When do those sets get released? Those new Chinese New Year?
For APAC, it's 1st of January. For the rest of the world, it's like 3 or 4 days later, I think.
Is it?
So for us, it'll be 1st of January, yeah.
You got a review coming up on it soon?
I did have. No, I did have, but now they've bumped the dates back. So originally the review embargo for that was the 10th.
Uh-huh.
And I had started to prepare by filming the builds and all that sort of good stuff. But they bumped the review back now to the 27th of December. So kind of got shoved back to the bottom of the pile.
Fair enough. There's better things to be doing.
Getting all G'd up for it. And it's like, nah. You can hold on to that one.
Crawford, I'm building the Wonder Woman.
Oh, the 10th worldwide.
That one there. That's what I'm building. And Dan is building
Ninjago Skull Sorcerer's Dragon.
Yeah, that
thing.
That thing. I don't know. This one's been sitting on my shelf there for quite a while, and I haven't really had the motivation to build it. Mainly because I wouldn't have a clue what the movie's all about, and it's coming out. I think now. Was it coming out Boxing Day? I think I saw it on the news the other day that they're actually releasing this through streaming as well as the theaters on Boxing Day.
Does anyone else get triggered by these in their Lego sense?
Because you can't go.
Thanks, Lego. Thanks for teasing me on that.
Well, they came out pretty much every set this year. I remember getting pretty much the trial sets. Pretty
much. Oh, cool. Trends Green Flames. The only other set that I've seen them in was Diagon Alley. No.
No?
Not Diagon. The Burrow.
Green Flames. I've just done Diagon Alley. I don't remember any Green Flames in that.
The Burrow. My bad.
A Burrow. Oh, yeah.
Burrow. I think that's the only other set they've come in.
True.
All right. It's quite a decent little amount of spear parts for the first bag. You get a green flame, a stud, a gold stud with a hole in it, trans clear cheese wedge, little light blue-gray pyramid, which are always awesome pieces for the tops of walls and stuff.
Yep.
Bone, another spearhead, little heart, one of them. So many spares.
Just thinking about Diagon Alley again. Where did that end up on your top 5?
Oh, that's a good question.
I mean, I could just watch the video back, of course, and find out.
Well, I'm actually going to do a proper top 10 video at some point.
Yeah.
Probably Tuesday, because I've got some work to do tomorrow for my resubmission.
Yeah.
Number 2.
Number two. This was anyone in the chat. This was BFAB, brother from another brick in the chat. If you don't know who he is, check out his channel. He did a top 10, and it gave me an idea to do a top 10. I think it's been, it was a good thing to do. I enjoyed doing it, actually. So, cheers for the idea, BFAB. Thank you.
And then that gave me the idea to do it too. So it's got a blow on a fifth.
Now it's spreading. Yes. Yeah, it's something different. I didn't think about doing anything like that, so I thought, I'll give that a go.
I've never done like a ratings video, a top 10 or a best or a worst or whatever. But I thought after talking to you about your top 10 and then looking at BFABs as well, I was like, actually, you know what? I reckon that's a pretty cool thing because more diversity in people's choices, I think, gives a bit more discussion point. And listening, the best part about watching the videos was listening to the reasons of why they made the list. It didn't bother me what was on the list. I'm not precious about anything that's on the list, but listening to reasons why I thought was quite amusing because sometimes they made the list for some pretty crazy reasons, which is pretty fun. Just take it as a bit of fun.
Of course. That's what it's all about, isn't it?
Absolutely. Nothing to get too serious about, right?
Yeah, BFAB was just talking. He was getting around to watch yours. Dan did a top 5 with all his crew on the live stream on Saturday there.
Yeah.
You're going to do a proper top 10 video as well, a separate top 10.
Yeah, I'll do a top 10 just myself. But yeah, we did our top 5 best and worst, the 4 of us on our Saturday podcast.
That was super interesting.
Never get that camera. What about this one? Come on, focus. The light's rubbish, but that gold print on his chest is amazeballs. And you get another shield, which is different to the first one.
Oh yeah, same design or a different color or
a different design?
Interesting.
Okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get this guy to hold them both side by side.
BFAB's working on a top 20. That's your top 20 sets coming up for 2021, isn't it? You're still working on that. When's that going to drop, man? I saw you did another video today. I haven't checked that one out yet. I think that was on some new city sets or something. I'm not too sure. Can we not put you full screen? How do we do that? We do that, don't we?
You can.
There we go. Get it in focus. There we go. Oh yeah, look, that'll mint. I like the silver one. Silver one's awesome.
Yeah, they're both really nice prints, aren't they?
Yeah. Well centered as well.
Oh, for that, I can't hold my arm up for that long.
Must admit, BFAB, I don't spend time on scripts. Maybe I should. Maybe that's what I'm needing to do.
No, I don't. I just ad lib it.
Yeah.
If I script it, it sounds like it's been scripted, and I can't do it if I just don't ad lib it.
I do write down points, but I don't write things line for line, because I don't want to forget anything when I'm doing. This is when I'm doing reviews and stuff. Of course.
Oh yeah, I do the same. And then sometimes
when I've got something in front of me, like say something new that's about to be released, and I'm looking at, I'm looking at something online where I'm looking at pictures of something, then I'm pretty good at just talking about it straight off the off the cuff.
Yeah, and then sometimes I'll do a second take, and I don't put as much information as in the first take, and then I forget. Re-record.
Oh, mate. So when I was up at 3 o'clock in the morning recording an announcement video, I happened to be up. I was getting up to watch football anyway, so I wasn't doing anything out of my way. But then I recorded the whole thing and then listened to it back and realized that the microphone wasn't plugged into the camera. It was plugged into the computer.
Oh, no.
I'm like, oh, yeah. This one's not meant to be. So I was just like, enough's enough, eh? Enough's enough.
I've done that before where I've recorded a whole video without and forgot to unmute the mic, and you're like, brilliant. Just brilliant.
That's when I just give up, eh? That's when I just give up. Mitty Bricks, how you going, mate? You just woke up?
I just don't get, you just carry on, do something else. Come back to it later. Although I have scrapped a couple of videos as well.
Yeah. Well, I told you about that one I did on this was one that frustrated me big time because I recorded this 3 times. Was that Death Star final duel? I think it was when I was just coming down to meet you. It was that weekend when I came down and met you down in Wellington. I wanted to get that video up before I left, and I spent the evening the night before, and then I noticed there's those black control panels on either side of the throne, and they have the little blue, wedge pieces in there, little cheese slopes.
Yeah.
And my boy had pushed them all down.
Yeah.
So they were meant to sit up.
Yeah.
And he pushed them all down. So I was I noticed that, and I was just like, "Oh, you're kidding!" I was like, "I could leave it. I was like, "No, someone will absolutely, someone will call me out in the comments and make me look like a dick." So I was like, "No." So I re-record that, and then I re-recorded it, and the microphone didn't work. Recorded it a 3rd time, but I got it out, and I did it, and it's perseverance. Oh, gutted though, bro. You saw when I came down. I was pretty wild about it.
Yeah. I remember.
6:40 a.m. Where are you, Mitty Bricks? Are you in? You must be in the UK.
Got to be, yeah. Europe.
Okay. Portugal, maybe. Portugal. At a push. Yeah, vintage brick. It was very demoralizing. Those are the lessons you learn. I tell you what, I check my camera most times, or my microphone most times these days.
You're always learning a new lesson, though, like we did tonight with the mini arms.
That was it. Yeah.
I've never
that because that was so funny. So anyone who hasn't seen this, Bournemouth. I've been to Bournemouth, Mitty Bricks. It's a beautiful spot. I love Bournemouth. So anyone who hasn't seen this, what happened was when we were literally 10 minutes just about to start, and we both had our cameras overhead pointing down, so our hands were underneath this part, our bodies. So this is what it looked like. We could not go with that, of course. But yeah, that's one for the archives, isn't it, Dan? That was good.
So classic.
Yeah. Lesson learned. And we were sitting here, April, if you're still watching, we were sitting here going, how does it work with you guys? Why does it work without being a problem with you guys? But obviously having your frames and etc. makes the difference.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Well, everything's smaller when we use our main frame on this camera, and then it's also slightly offset for the one underneath as well. So yeah, first time I've sort of come across that as an issue.
Yes. Oh, there was that thought there for a second as to should we just run with it?
we did, and then it was like, oh man, we're gonna get paid out so bad if we do.
Yeah, it'll be harder to sort out midstream. Put it that way.
Could have been some great material for Doc Sampson. Whatever he does, is
virtual news that he does.
Yeah, that thing. So apparently, all the streamers in New Zealand have short arms. I could just see it.
They used to say that about me being Scottish. Short arms, deep pockets.
Very deep pockets.
Yes.
It was pretty funny. Vintage. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, we couldn't leave it.
Oh man.
So how's that build?
People think it's easy.
Put that as the thumbnail. Yeah, maybe I should. That can be next week's thumbnail.
Hard. How you doing, Des? You been busy, mate? Must be busy. We haven't seen you around too much. Must be busy coming up to Christmas for you. Oh man. You think the short arm thing should stay? I tell you, we considered it. We thought about it. Oh,
It was close. It was
it
close.
could be a thing.
But yes, it would have come back to bite us later.
Yeah, it would have been funny though. Oh man! So, is there anything like 2021 sets that's sort of standing out for you that you've seen so far?
Not that I've seen. Just trying to think if there's any that I can actually talk about, because I've certainly seen some that I probably can't talk about as far as leaks and stuff go.
Well, we can always talk about rumors.
I'm trying to think what I'm just trying to think what is coming out.
Well, Star Wars stuff, I think, mostly is the playset stuff that I've seen. Is
It's the stuff coming later on that I'm interested in the Star Wars.
Yeah.
If that gunship makes it out next year as well, I'll definitely be interested in that. Look, Richard Lance has just said the Imperial ship. I know that you've been waiting for one of those for quite a while. I'm sure since when was the last one? 2015, the Imperial.
An Imperial shuttle.
Yeah.
Well, as in another UCS version.
No, as in there's a playset version coming.
Playset version.
Yeah. And it looks good. It looks good. I mean, it looks about the same size as the one in 2015, but like the other new play sets that are coming out, it's only about 2/3 the size.
Yeah.
So it's I don't know. It could be interesting.
I think it's rumored or thought that the gunship would probably be the May the 4th sort of promo.
That would make sense. That would make sense. Oh, that's a must-have for me. I mean, they can't. The thing is with the gunship is the gunships that they've got out, their playsets ones are pretty much minifig scale. So what they're going to be putting out is going to have to be pretty big.
Yeah,
it really is going to have to be pretty big.
Yeah, but then by that comparison, like it will be pretty big, I would imagine, because by that comparison, you look at the playset Falcons compared to the UCS Falcon. The UCS Falcon were quite easily accommodate minifigs just as much as those playset ones did. So imagine a bloody great big gunship, super detailed and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that Midi Bricks is saying that Trouble on Tatooine one does look good, actually. The Beskar armored Mando.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm always really excited about the new Star Wars sets that come out. I mean, to be honest, I'm quite happy with these new ones that were coming. The X-wing and the TIE Fighter. The way I see it is if they were going to put out a new X-wing and a new TIE Fighter, they couldn't put out another one at the same scale they have already. For the last however many years or how many iterations they've done, they've all been about the same size. If they made it more detailed and a higher price point, they would have had people up in arms, pitchforks, and all sorts of stuff. So they kind of had to do a smaller one. That was the way that they kind of had to go.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
In all honesty, though, I think when people get all sort of up in arms about having another X-wing or another TIE Fighter and stuff like that, it's basically the equivalent to City putting out a new fire station every other year,
Yeah.
And they're not catering with the play sets, they're not catering for adults who collect each and every one of them. In all honesty, they're catering for the new batch of kids that are coming through that year that might just be coming into Lego. Yeah.
No, I totally agree with you. I'm one of those guys that doesn't mind the fact that there's a new Luke's land speeder X-Wing and all that sort of stuff, because by the time the new one comes out, the old one is off the shelf, and that's a staple as far as Star Wars vehicles goes. Same with Falcons, same with X-Wings, same with TIE fighters. So I don't get annoyed with the fact that there's always one of them on the shelf.
Mm.
Look who's turned up. How's it going, sir? How are you?
Dear.
How are you, man? Hope you're well.
His ears must have been burning.
Yeah, we decided to sort of stream on both platforms. Why not?
No, there's no choosing. It's called cross-pollination.
We can't decide which one's better. Just have the comments on one and maybe the audio on the other. I don't know.
They're both exactly the same.
Yeah, exactly. Hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you're doing well. Staying safe over there. Thanks for joining us.
Indeed.
All right. I'm almost on to bag 2. No, I didn't finish the top of this. I didn't finish the top.
I still have no freaking idea what I'm building at the moment. It's a couple of little platforms.
Yeah,
I'm thinking that it's probably more representative of whatever's on in the universe of these things.
Missed a bit. There is some cool parts in here. All this dark tan, all these dark tan slopes and plates. I can.
There is
definitely some nice pieces. You were right, sir.
She was around, Doc. She might be off recording. I'm not sure.
Now that I've pulled it apart, how does it go back together? That way. All right. Must be late where you are at the moment, Doc. And April, you. I'm trying to think. Surely it's pretty late for you guys.
Yeah, April's a beast, man. She just lives on New Zealand time.
Very cool.
Because she's some sort of crazy.
Now to do this again because I stuffed it right up. Okay, here we go. It's merely 11 p.m. True. It's not very late at all.
He must be West Coast then.
Yeah. Are they only that far in front of us? I thought they were a good few hours in front of us, not just, what's it now? Yeah, 3 hours ahead? Yeah. How's it going, Will? You back? I saw you in the comments earlier on. Alrighty. Nice, that was cool. Alright, I'm mute while I
$2 a.m. for Will, 1 a.m. for April. So April CST. Will must be the other side, the New York side, maybe. East Coast.
Yeah, we definitely got some Back to the Future time zone stuff. It's Sunday here, Sunday evening.
Yeah. Sunday at 7:55 p.m.
Still enjoying their weekend, man. And we're already thinking about Monday.
How's this for a sick blimmin' monochrome figure?
That is pretty cool.
So the torso is just plain light blue grey. There's nothing on it, but this dress type piece in light blue grey as well. So
that's pretty sweet, eh? That's pretty cool.
The monochrome is that, like, to get all the different sort of body shapes. Like, I know some people do short legs, medium legs, normal legs, all in monochrome. And then maybe these dresses as well might start becoming another option.
What was the one I built recently? It was one of the... Was it the graveyard, the Harry Potter graveyard that had... Was that the one that had the... statue, you know, like the headstone sort of statue thing that looked pretty cool.
I've just got that set not long ago. Actually, I haven't built it yet. So.
We should say as well, big thanks to our guys at Toyco for helping us out with these sets as well.
Absolutely.
Got to give them a shout out. If you are in New Zealand, make sure you go and buy your Lego from those guys. They look after us, and they'll look after you too. Alrighty. BFAB doesn't realize that they were both. Yeah, it's on both our channels, BFAB. Why are you muted? You've muted yourself, Dan, I think. I see. Yeah, but different chats. You're right, Doctor. You are right. That's the only downside. The only downside.
It's still good to get across both channels, though. It means, you know, we can try and get a bit of, you know, cross-pollination and stuff, and
I agree.
Get a bit of different stuff going on.
I totally agree, mate. I totally agree. We'll try and do this more as well, I think. You know, I think the Sunday evening works for me. If it works for you going forward, it's a conversation we'll have later, Dan. But
it's I didn't focus, but it's a black dress piece as well. Yeah, definitely talk about it. Definitely. These skulls on this thing are really cool too.
Yeah.
Well, there's 3 of them so far. There's a white one, a black one, and a funky green one. The molds are all the same, but the prints are slightly different. It's pretty cool. This is a cool set, this one.
How many pieces is it?
No idea.
I saw it on the shelf.
So
hold on the box. See the box again?
They don't put the bloody set piece counts on New Zealand, but on our boxes, because we get European packaging.
Yeah,
it's only American to get the piece counts.
Yeah.
I actually like having the parts count on the box.
Yeah,
not that it has nothing to do with whether I buy it or not, but it's just good information because people want to know. It's a pain in the backside not having it. 1016 says April.
Right.
Thank you.
BFAB's chat hopping.
Chat hopping.
Whatever it is, I'm sure it's dodgy.
Appreciate it. told me it was an awesome set. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Oh, there's another one. So that's 2 black skulls. 1 white one and 1 green one so far in the set. Oh my God. I've been missing. Oh my goodness gracious.
I don't like
There's some nice stuff going on in here.
not even 9 p.m. yet.
Oh my god, I've been missing out. Jesus. Seriously.
Yeah, do you have any Ninjago sets? Do you collect Ninjago?
No, I don't. Alex used to. My youngest boy, when he was smaller, he used to do Ninjago, and we got him a lot of Ninjago back in the day, and got him some really cool stuff. But he's 14 now, and he's been out of Lego for the better part of 2-3 years. And it's not really one of the themes that I like super fond of, but I don't dislike it either. It's just there's always other priorities, and tend to prioritize the more experty type stuff when it comes to money.
Yeah.
There is some cool stuff in this set. Look at this part here.
Flick it over to the other side. Oh, yeah. That's strange, eh? Huh.
But that's going to be this, spaceship people, mechs.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of uses for that. And if I hold it onto the side, you can see the profile. If I can get it to.
Was it 2 high, 3 high in the middle, or three plates high in the center?
I think it's a brick at one end.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, a brick height at one end and 1.5 plate at the other.
Yeah, that'll be great on Star Wars.
Star Wars mocks, yeah, man. That was the first thing that I thought of. Even like the outside cladding of a building. I wish there was 2 of them in the set now. I'd like to see how 2 of them would come together. Oh, you beauty. My wish is this bag's command. Hey, boy. Right. Let's see what we can do with this.
We got a couple of them there.
Yeah, there is. There's at least one more. So
I only ever collected the Ninjago stuff from the movie. I didn't collect any of the series stuff at all. And even then, I had all the mechs. I got rid of all of them. I even that shark mech, the Garmadons.
Oh yeah.
Shark. I wish I'd kept that actually. Now that's probably one of my regrets. That was a great set. But yeah, so all I'm down to now is the city and the docks. I don't think I'm going to get rid of those, especially with the rumored gardens coming up. That's definitely something that I would be keen on. Stud City is saying that would be good part for Asian-inspired architecture.
Yeah, I'm just looking at how I could get it to come together as a roof type section, but unfortunately, it's like a plate and a half.
Is it not quite coming together?
Well, it does. Just there's a really small gap in there, which you could easily hide using a better color sub brick. Like if you use dark blue gray in there, you wouldn't notice it. So if you put 2 plates in, you get a little bit of height. You can just see that gap there.
Yeah, that's all right then. Probably still work.
It's like 1.5 plates high. To be fair, there's probably some clever bastard out there that could figure out how to do it properly.
Yeah.
But you can put them side by side, I think. Yep. So side by side, they work really well.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
That looks amazing.
You can imagine that around sort of some thrusters at the back end of a ship or something like that as well,
Yeah. So much potential. And if they start bringing that out in other colors, man, I'm going to lose my candle. It's So I'm just gonna. That's just such. That is honestly, that's such a nice piece. You know what? I'm gonna have to take a photo of that. That's going to end up on the gram.
I'll tell you what happens though every now and again though is that you see parts come out on Ninjago sets or something like that, and you go, I wonder why they haven't used that in Star Wars, you know? They sort of seem to be almost theme-centric parts that don't get outside of it. I'm not saying it happens all the time. But...
You know what? I actually liking having the camera over here because it's so good for showing stuff off.
Yeah.
You just need a better light. Do you remember this old piece?
Yes.
That's a very, very old piece, that one. But no.
I
haven't found the other side to it yet, the male side, so I don't know if it's in the set or not. But
they still come in things like city dump trucks and things like that. They have the swivel centers, you know. I'm sure my boy got one not so long ago.
Yeah, I have seen them. Not in white though.
No, certainly not in white. Yeah, that probably wouldn't have been around since old school space.
This is one of my favorite things about new Lego sets is the parts. I get more excited about parts than sets sometimes. A lot of the time, actually.
I'm the other way around because I just simply can't mock.
I'm not the greatest of mock builders, but I still do like new parts. I think I come up with better ideas for new parts than I'm actually able to create myself.
Yeah, Doc was saying you could use them in a roof on like a regular city house as well. I think it would look
man. Lug bulk next year. I'm thinking that I might have to add that part. I could do with a couple of hundred, a couple of thousand, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, you could just imagine some, temple sort of style.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Because they kind of almost look like, what do you call them?
Slate tile.
Tiles, yeah, roof tiles.
Yeah.
No, very cool. Very cool.
Check out this dude here. He's got one of those new skulls, but black bone as well. Look at that. A black small bone.
Now let me bring you up again. That is pretty cool.
I have not seen a black small bone before.
No.
He's got one of those ninja type. Oh my god, everything's backwards. One of those ninja helmets.
Yeah.
And he's got their new skull piece. Their light over there is really crap. Sorry, it's just trash light.
Does it look like the glows in the dark? The teeth and the eyes?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, just sort of. I don't know. Just
kind of looks like it should.
Yeah. That sort of greeny white tinge to it. All right, now we're building the big piece. All these crazy little tile pieces. I'll chuck this up on here so you can have a look.
With any luck, I might get a spare black bone because usually that's a spare part.
Can I get that too? There we go. Sort of see that. Pretty cool little tile pieces, actually.
Which ones? Sorry, I wasn't.
The ones from the big dish.
Oh, yes. And they're printed too. They're a really nice part. See, another, what those in mass
exactly
could be used as some really nice decoration.
Oh, I don't know. They sort of look like almost like a really nice wall tile or something like that. Yeah. Or even like a floor. It would make an awesome looking floor.
Yeah, hell yeah. If you could mount them somehow or other.
Yeah. Be very cool.
I'm going to show you this guy before I cover it all up, but check this out as well.
That's cool. Look at the robes on that, eh?
Oh, hey.
That is pretty cool.
And that's it's one of those black pieces as well, the dress type piece, and the printing on the back as well.
That looks really cool. That is really cool.
And it is green, like it shows on the camera. It actually is green. And then on top of that, this set's just buzzing me out. I haven't seen so many new parts in a set for a long time. I'm trying to stuff something up in there so I can hold it and show you. It was dual molded.
Oh wow!
So it's like an
anonymous mask.
Yeah, right.
With a lampshade.
Yeah.
Stud City is saying he used those gold printed tiles that I've got to make solar panels. Yes, as well. Yeah, that's another thing that they would look cool as is solar panels.
Yeah, I thought that's what that was when I first saw it. Well, I thought it was a solar array, but it's not.
Yeah. Lots of gold in here as well. Gold. The Ninjago set, April. I'm assuming you're talking about. She's saying it almost made her top 5.
Yeah, April built this one on her stream a couple of weeks ago.
But the Chinese New Year beat it out.
Indeed. If you guys watch Twitch, head over to twitch.tv/AprilB.
Yes.
Give April a follow. She is one of my regular stream buddies over there. Oh, this guy carries the green skull. Nice. That's so good. That's so good. So good. All right, finally we get to start actually on the dragon.
This is looking pretty serious. A lot of these black rods.
Yeah, man, that part of that build is actually a little bit tedious, and you got to line them all up just right.
Oh, you've built this before, have you?
Yeah, my wife bought it for me for Father's Day as a reminder that I'm married to a Wonder Woman.
Owned, but at the same time gifted.
Yeah, right. Right. Wow.
So owned.
Totally owned.
Aren't we all, mate? Aren't we all? 4 of these. This is going to be a bit tedious, I think. Did I finish my cup of tea? I might have to go get another cup of tea. All right.
Cup of tea.
Yeah, man. I'm an evening tea drinker.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I'd have a cup of tea in the evening sometimes.
Need something to wash the biscuits down. That's the way I see it.
Mate, you got to dunk them first, eh? Apart from when you lose that biscuit in there.
Yes.
Just dunk it for that 2 seconds too long.
And it's gone. Thanks for coming. Not too sure if the fans on my computer are coming across on the microphone.
I can't hear them.
Hey?
I can't hear them.
No, it's quite warm here in Auckland. It's been warm all day, actually. Just open this door.
We had a decent day today, finally.
Yeah.
Given that we are in summer now, technically, and we're still, still not warm or hot every single bloody day.
No. I went out yesterday. I went and checked out that Brickman exhibition.
Oh, yeah? Did you like it?
Yeah, I must admit.
You weren't that convinced.
Look, it's awesome. It really is. All the builds are awesome, and I know what goes into them. You know, I really do appreciate them.
Yeah.
Should I? Am I being an ass and saying it's quite pricey? Because maybe it's not, given what's involved. Am I expecting too much for my money? I don't know. But
I don't know. What did it cost?
So it was only me and my 2 young kids. One of them's under 5, so she was free. The other one was $15. So he's 7. It cost $15 to get him in.
Yeah.
And then it cost me 20. It was $27.50 or $22.50, I think it was. Yeah, so it must have been $22.50. So it was $37 So for all 3 of us, $37 is not that bad. But if it was just me and my boy going, I felt, oh, maybe that might have been a bit. I don't know. Maybe I was. Well, hang on. I say that when I actually got in there, it's like maybe 4 or 5 rooms, and when you get to the end of it, you're like, oh, it's finished. Oh, okay. That's how I felt.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Hey, Lego Mike. Welcome. Yeah, look, I know that there was people that were talking about the last time that they were over here about it being expensive. And it is expensive for what it is. And I think we're probably a little bit spoiled because we're just used to paying like single-digit dollars to get into, maybe $10 to get into a lug run event, and we're not used to paying those sorts of prices to see a professional event, and especially when the models are, by comparison, smaller in size, as far as square footage goes. But as far as build goes, they are pretty amazing in their own right, I guess.
And this is why I'm torn, because I feel that the last time he was here, or the last time there was an exhibition here, that it was better value for money.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah. But in saying that, who am I to say it wasn't worth it? Because, it's...
Well, you're a consumer. You have every right.
Yeah, but I don't know what really goes in. I mean, when you start thinking about the time, the people involved, etc., and creating these things, then you've also got to think about getting them over here. There's a team of people that need to be quarantined and all that sort of stuff. So I can appreciate that the costs are probably well and truly justified.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to complain about it. We'll make a big song and dance about the cost, because
fair enough.
But that's how I walked out anyway. That's how I walked out of it.
Yep.
But in saying that, the models that I did that were there were very, very cool. Very cool. The massive orca that must be a good 12 foot tall.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's penguins, kangaroos, crocodiles, all life size.
Mm-hmm.
There was a DeLorean that was all lit up. It was that must have been a good 6 foot long.
Wow.
Yeah, that was pretty. Yeah, that was pretty. So anyway,
$350 for a group of 8 people to go through $350 for a group of 8 people to go. Jesus. There you go. You got no complaints now.
Is that right? Wow.
So that orca.
Yep.
I don't know where that's been shown since, but when Ryan came over to our show in Wellington, it was actually in Upper Hutt, and I think it was I want to say 2017 that he came over when he unveiled the beehive.
Yes.
He did a talk for us at our show for the AFOL evening on the Saturday night. And he showed us that orca. It was in production at the time.
Oh, yeah.
And so we were the first people to actually see the pictures of that thing being built. And it's kind of funny now to see it out in the public space, and you're like, that's been in the works for years.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. I don't know what goes into creating something like that, and of course, getting it over here. So yeah, who am I to complain? That's the sort of the way I'm sort of seeing it.
Yeah, well, you're more than entitled to have an opinion. There's no doubts about that. I'm not seeing you as complaining either, by the way. So
yeah.
But yeah.
But it was good to get out and see some creations. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. I enjoyed that part of it for sure.
Yeah, nice. Nice. We've got Wellington Brick Show coming up in March. If you wanted to come down for the weekend.
Oh, that could be a go. That could be a go.
I don't know exactly what weekend in March, but I could check.
Is it have you got a date sussed for it already, or?
I think they have, but I don't know it offhand.
Yeah.
They were talking about it at our lug meeting yesterday.
I know I've got a couple of shows coming up here in March and April. With All Blocks, the lug up here.
Yeah.
Which I'll be involved in.
Nice.
That'll be cool.
Yeah, we're looking forward to hopefully getting in some decent shows next year. Would be good.
I think people are screaming out for stuff, especially the way this year has played out. All those shows getting organised, and then one by one they're all getting cancelled as this thing got more and more serious.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Necessary but sucky.
Yeah. Agreed. Absolutely. Oh, the other thing at the museum was the rocket. That was bloody impressive. That would have been 3 stories high.
Is that the big one? Which rocket was that? The one that had all the boosters and stuff on?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of that. Wow, 3 stories.
That was massive. They had that not inside the actual exhibition area. That had to be out in the atrium.
Yeah.
I'm assuming the sheer size of it.
Yep.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Wow.
Did you go along, Kane? Sorry, I don't know if Kane Vintage Brick is still here, whether he's going along. If you haven't been along yet, mate, I obviously recommend it. So I decided as well that I would a new part of the channel. I thought I'd start doing a bit of a vlog sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I started that basically doing that mission on the weekend. So be a good start to it. Whether we'll be able to keep it up or not, I don't know. But
So will the vlog be just daily life as well, or always Lego stuff?
I'll try and keep it as close to Lego and what I'm doing. I've just got a few projects that I'm thinking about doing for my space here. Like I want to create a big frame here on this side of this wall for all my minifigs, lighten that wall up a bit as well.
Yeah.
So things like that, do projects and I don't know. Things like that. Hopefully I'll be inspired as I go along, or it'll be a really short thing to do. A really short, yeah. So, yeah.
You have to try these things, eh?
That's what I thought.
If you don't try things, you don't know what's going to work. You don't know what people are going to want to watch.
Yep. And it's, I tell you what, I've been surprised by what people watch sometimes.
Me too, man.
Which videos are doing well and which videos aren't, and all that sort of stuff. It's.
Me too. If you had asked me 5 years ago, do you think in 5 years' time you're going to be a content creator? Hell no.
No. That's not for me. That's not for me.
No.
Yeah, and here we are.
Yeah. Jesus, when I started Well-Lug, I couldn't even get up and speak in front of a group of like 5 people.
Oh,
And then I started the Lug, and I had no choice. I had to speak in front of people because people looked to me because I was, the president of the Lug. And it's like, well, you got to get up and talk. And they're like, I don't want to get up and talk. Well, you got to get up and talk. No one else would get up and talk. Well, you're the president. That's your job. And like, oh, well, just fake it till you make it then. That was my attitude.
Yep. Yeah.
And now I have no problems getting up in front and talking in front of people. I used to do education for drug-free sport at schools and stuff, and I'd speak in front of groups of 2,000 or 3,000. Had to go and educate, high-level athletes and stuff. It just became the norm.
Yep. No, I must admit that I find making videos to be as hard now as it was the day that I started doing it. I still get that anxiety about it. I still get that, that brain fog when I'm trying to come up with an idea, or all those sorts of things.
You can't get me to shut up, right? Well, if there's other people to talk to, sure, you can't get me to shut up. But I still struggle. I still struggle making videos at home on my own. I still struggle talking to the camera. It's weird.
Yep. You can't get them to shut up. Yeah, but that's the thing is, I don't know about you, April. I mean, obviously you're making videos as well, but and you, Kane.
Yeah, but April's. If you listen to April's videos, right, I'm going to chuck her under the bus. Right, April, you're lying in the middle of the road. The bus is coming in. I'm going. Come on, boy. Come on, let's go. You're under it. April you listen to her on stream, and she has a very much natural voice and stuff in that. And then you listen to her on her videos, and I swear to God, it goes up a couple of octaves every time.
She does. Yeah, I'm going to say, yep. Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, I still
sorry,
sit on the camera and just go, oh shit, is this going to be right? And what? How many videos in now? 80, 90 videos in, 70, 80 around there.
You're up higher than that, aren't you? You must be close to 100.
Nah, I'm only around that. Pretty sure. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, I still.
She is anyway, Kane, because I pay her out on it all the time. Because it goes like this, mate. Hi, everybody.
Poor April.
I know. Paid out.
I tell you what, though, I find April's. Sorry, think about you like that, April. I find your videos, April, the ones that you do, your speed builds with putting the stuff down and doing the snap and it all appearing. I do like that. I think that's a really cool touch. I really enjoy those videos. And they're always really relaxing music and stuff like that. I think they're really cool.
Takes time and dedication to knoll that stuff out, eh?
Exactly. But and all you're doing is doing that, and there's the work done. That's pretty cool.
I take my hat off to her too, for taking the time to knoll it out and make it look pretty, because I'm too lazy for that sort of crap. It's like
my speed builds, you can see me opening the bags into piles.
Pour it out. Yep, that's what I do.
All right, look, I've done this one.
Nobody got time for that.
This is the. That's her flying. Of course it is. How else is she supposed to do it? She flies.
She flies.
She flies. Yeah. Look. That's a nice little set. Get that out of the way. I'm sure we'll find out all about it and what it's meant to be all about in due course when the movie comes out. I do quite like it. I'm going to build something else. What else should I do?
I am savage.
A stash of unbuilt sets that are just out of camera shot so that no one can see them.
Yeah, I've got a bunch up on the shelf behind, in front of me.
I'm going to get this one started as well. This is the other one, the other superhero one, the other one that I got from Toyco as well. I can't see it being a hugely difficult set. You built this one, Dan?
No.
I get frozen then. I was just about to check.
No. It's just a bit of something I need to just have a read of right now, real quick. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, so I'm just going to go get a knife. Open this. One moment, please. And then you realize that it's got those damn thumb pop tabs. Which I hate. I hate these things. Worst thing about these modern Lego sets, man. But look at this. Everything is flat. Who would have thunk? Who would have thunk? Alrighty. Yeah, April. Did they have them in those as well? Damn. They seem to be bringing them back quite a bit, because I saw they were on the new Star Wars sets as well, if I'm not mistaken. So, can you imagine if they put them on the massive big boxes though? You know, the big UCS style boxes. You got a whole bunch of those thumb things across the top. That would be horrible. That would be horrible. No, I couldn't do that. Couldn't do it. Did I open the right bag? Yes. So here we go. Set number 2. Black Widow's helicopter. Yeah, gasp all right, Kane. Gasp all right. All righty. Look at the size of that. That's exactly it. Yeah. Can you imagine on some nice new, what do you call them sets? Those black boxed 18+ sets. You know, where they've put the effort into the whole nice box design, or on the ideas box. Imagine if they did it on the ideas boxes. Oh, that would be horrible. It wouldn't be on. It wouldn't be on.
Let them carry on with that argument.
Oh, you have an argument. Fair enough.
Not me. Just there's a question in the ambassadors group, which
Say no more. What goes on in the ambassadors group stays in the ambassadors group.
I was actually thinking something else about that, but don't know where we're at with that.
Hopefully I'll find out more about it in due course. Yes.
Is it out there?
Well, it's no secret. Yeah. No secret.
It's not a secret.
No.
Sweet. So I might have to add you to that group soon then.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Are you in charge of adding people to that group? Are you?
I think we all can, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So not the LAN. That's up to your current ambassador to place a request to add a new ambassador to the LAN.
Yeah, that's what
on your details. But we have a Facebook group for ambassadors, and we just use it as a bit of a support network for Australia and New Zealand ambassadors to talk to each other.
Uh-huh.
It's not there's no other function to it apart from just keeping Australia and New Zealand ambassadors informed, because we're a little bit further departed from
the other ones,
the rest of the world, obviously.
Yeah, well, apparently the change or the whatever's happening to get me added to it is happening today, so, or was being requested today.
Oh yeah, it takes a little while.
Yeah,
they all get very, very busy around this time of year because it's what they call obviously it's Christmas, so it's their peak season. So not a lot really happens, but shouldn't take too much to get you onboarded, and then you'll need a mentor.
Yeah. You think they'll give me you?
I don't know.
To steer me on the right path, the path to righteousness?
They could if they wanted to, but you'd probably be better off with Gavin. I don't know if Gavin's taking anyone at the moment. I could do it. It wouldn't be difficult. I was a LARG ambassador for years.
Yeah. Oh yeah, true. I suppose I'll be on the other side, won't I? So, the other side of the fence.
Yeah, well, one of the reasons they asked me to be a mentor was because I'd been an RLAG ambassador for so long, and then becoming an RLFM, knowing both sides, meant that I was sort of dual purposed. But, the only advice I can give you, mate, is read. Try and push all the crap aside and just read the stuff you need to read.
I'm looking forward to it. New little challenge, I'm sure. Something else to keep tabs on. Something else to keep me out of the gutters.
Indeed. Most important thing is making sure that you request your first and second half support requests. First half's probably already been done for next year, but as soon as they open up the second half support requests, you've got to get that in and apply for it. There's a lug in New Zealand this year who didn't apply or forgot to apply for their second half.
Oh.
Yeah. I can't remember if that was this year or last year, but yeah.
Became a bit of a problem.
It did. Because they do keep changing the way things work in the land, so you've got to keep up with it.
All right. Well, I guess all will be revealed once I can get on there.
Indeed it will.
How's your build? What are you up to?
I'm starting. This is obviously the Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if this was a Nick Vass set. It's got like Nick Vass sort of styling to it. He's a Kiwi fellow. So I'm picking this as where the wings are going to come in, and then the functionality is actually these. If I hold it up here, these two little Technic bars here. If you push on them, you can see that
So we're going to make the wings go up and down.
Yeah, the other two pieces, they function. So that's pretty cool. And it looks like it's almost like a handle. So I'm picking that the whole thing's going to be able to fly along, and you're going to be able to make it fly like a handle.
Yeah. What else comes with the set? Is that the last thing, the Dragon?
I think it is. It looks like it's probably the last thing, but you get... so there's this build here, the side build.
Oh, yep.
Which has some action features. And then there's this side build. There's not a lot to that.
No.
Oops. But then you get these two like fig stands as well for some strange reason. I'm not sure what the deal is with those.
On there too.
And then you've got these other minifigures. So
Oh, yeah.
there's these two and the two skeleton dudes. And then this piece as well, which...
Is that a spinner thing? Is that you meant to put in to spin them around or something?
I think so. But it's just such a cool piece.
Interesting. Cabbage Face Lego, how are you, mate? How are you? I watched your latest video. Very entertaining. Him watching our review.
This is for the ribs, not the wings. It's the ribs. The ribs open up, come down, and
it drops
grab something or drop something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Yes, no, I think I know what it is now. Yeah.
Hey, Brickman, how's it going, buddy? Welcome in. Welcome. To our Sunday YouTube. It's kind of weird streaming. This is the first time I think this is the first time that I've ever streamed on YouTube with like the more traditional format of like build and chat. I think the only other times I've ever streamed on YouTube has only ever been for the podcast.
Yep.
So yeah, interesting. The Brick Post. Oh hey, how's it going? I follow the. Do you follow the Brick Post on Instagram?
I think so. Yeah. How's it going?
If you don't follow the Brick Post on Instagram, I won a tile. I won a tile from them a wee while back.
Nice.
I don't know. Remember where it is. I think it's in my printed tiles parts, but I need to put it on my because it represents another community. I need to put it on my brick badge stand.
Brickman's asking what we are building. I am building. Well, I have built. Sorry, the Wonder Woman 1984 set, which was pretty cool. I quite liked it. Some really interesting parts. Enjoyable build. And now I'm building this Black Widow helicopter. Dan?
And I'm building the Skull Sorcerer's Dragon. Probably can't even get it down in that one, so we'll go up there. There we go. That's it. Which I have to say is impressing me somewhat at the moment because there is some awesome new stuff in this set. And so far, this piece here has been my favorite new part. Check this bad boy out. So that's the back. But the side profile is where it's important. Look at that. Oh,
very cool.
How good is that piece? And there's two of them in here. I only need another.
To answer your question, Cabbage Face, yes, it is. It's washing day.
Was it?
He was asking if I was wearing a France jersey.
Oh, desperation, huh? Washing day.
It is washing day. Man.
What? No. What have I done wrong? Try mixel joints to line them up to make a roof. That would probably work.
Are you talking about for those pieces to get them to?
Yeah, because they're a plate and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's got to be a couple of ways that you could make them work, I reckon.
Yeah.
I would imagine, but yeah, I think think I might try if I'll have a look in Lugbolt this year and see if I can add them to the list because I could do with some of them. I don't know what for, but I feel like I need them.
You feel like you need them.
Yeah.
And that's fair enough.
I feel like I need them. For what it needs to be determined. Oh, thanks for tuning in, Brickpost. It's much appreciated. I was just saying before, like, this is literally the first time that I've streamed on YouTube using the normal sort of format. Normally, I stream on Twitch 3 times a week, and do the same thing over there. But normally on YouTube, we just do a podcast on a Saturday.
Probably say as well that we are streaming on 2 different channels here as well. In case
we are indeed. We are indeed. So
over the conversation that's going on, as we start talking to people, it's not making sense, and I haven't put the comments up on the screen quick enough. But
indeed. So both of us. So if you're watching on my channel, go and subscribe to Brick Scene, all one word. We are streaming to both channels right now.
And vice versa. Head down in my description below if you haven't subscribed already to Dan's channel, Between the Bricks. There's a link down there. Get involved. Get involved. We both live at the arse end of the world, so this time of the day works well for us. But I appreciate it. It's probably pretty early where you are, Cabbage Face.
Yeah, it's either really early for Europeans or really late for Americans, eh?
Yep. Where's Brickpost? Brickpost in US?
Brickpost UK.
UK.
Yeah. And that's the thing, eh, with our time zones. Like I've tried to sort of tweak my Twitch streams to try and accommodate, and it's just impossible. The New Zealand time zone kind of sucks for that because we don't really get a nice point in the day where we can cover. It's either we do it for our own time zone, which kind of works for the UK morning, or we do it for the US time zone, which doesn't really work for UK at all. It's just, it's a pain in the backside.
Yeah, I mean, mornings, I suppose, is probably better. Yeah, thanks, April. I appreciate you putting the link in there. Mornings is probably best, isn't it?
Yeah, but then we lose. Yeah, you're always losing someone. So
yeah,
I guess you just kind of have to stream when you can and do the best you can when we're at a weird time zone.
At Cabbage Face, it's 10 to 9 or 8:40 in the evening, Sunday evening. Yeah. You just have to go along with it.
And don't forget, a big thanks to Toyco, toyco.co.nz for supplying the sets for tonight's build. Thank you, Toyco. Thanks, April. Got to look after the sponsor. Look, Brick, you in Australia. Nice. Yeah, Australia, our time zone does work all right for Australia.
You're right, actually. Yeah, we're doing it this time of the night. No, but back to Toyco. They have looked after us. Martin, who runs Toyco, is a big part of the community over here, the Lego community. Gets involved in the lugs, the shows, and the shop is certainly a go-to for the likes of myself because I'm in Auckland, where the shop is. I don't shop anywhere else unless
you go to the Lego store.
Go to the Lego store because they get releases ahead of them.
Yeah, which is understandable.
Which I only do that very rarely. What have I done it for this year? I've done it for the Ecto One, the Cantina, and that's it. I haven't bought anything else. I think the Osprey is probably any other thing that I've bought that I haven't got through him.
No, that's because they didn't get them.
Yeah, well, he was meant to get it in the shipment.
Yep, I know.
It just wasn't there. Yeah, because I was there when that shipment came in.
They didn't send them. No, I'd already contacted him and said put me aside a couple.
Yeah,
and he was going to, but then they didn't turn up. So,
well, you know the story of what we had 3 in hand at the warehouse in the city centre here.
Yeah,
and my partner took them up to the counter to pay for them, and Lego had already put out their notice to say take them down.
Yeah,
and that notice had been put on by head office so that when they got taken to the tills and got scanned through, they got told they couldn't be sold. And then, of course, overnight, they changed their tune on it. And by the time I got the next morning, we couldn't get any.
Yeah, interesting.
Some lovely person got in touch with me and offered me one. So
yeah. See, for me on that first day, I was of the opinion, I was like, I don't care. It's Technic set and I'm not interested. By the end of the day and listening to everybody going on about it, I'm like, maybe this would be a good one to grab for prosperity type thing, you know?
Yep.
And then the next day when I heard that they were out, I went down to my local warehouse and they weren't out on the shelf. So I went and asked. I was like, you you guys have any of that Osprey? And they're like, yeah, we got some out back. And I was like, oh, can I grab one? They're like, yeah. And they came back and they said, oh, we've got 3 of them there. Do you want 3? And I'm like, nah, I'll take 2. Because I was intending on getting one for a guy in my club, in my lug, who was very much a Technic mad dude. And so I picked one up for him because I didn't think he'd be able to get one from Toy World at that point in time. And so I got the 2, left the 3rd one behind because I didn't have enough money to buy all 3. And then in the meantime, Ryan reached out and asked if I could get one for Shy Time, is my time.
Yep.
And I hadn't heard of Shy at that point in time, so I didn't know who he was. So I looked him up and saw that he was an ex-veteran. Oh, sorry, not an ex-veteran, but an ex-Marine, a veteran. And being a veteran of the Army myself, thought, you know what? It's probably a worthy recipient. So I sent it to Shy. He paid for the set and for the postage to ship it to California where he lives, and he's built it, and he'll probably modify it to be what it was.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And the other one I built on stream, and then I have taken it apart and it's sitting in the box.
Yeah, mine's still sitting on the shelf. You can see it above me. I don't know if you can see it. No, it's too dark. It's up on the shelf in the corner. It lives in the corner out of the sunlight.
But it is one of those sets, and I'm going to keep my one because it's one of those things that in years to come, it's going to be one of those things that was like, oh, yeah, that remember the Osprey, So I did a video on mine. I tried to break mine as far as the others did with the gearing, and I know you managed to break yours at some point, but mine never broke. It was okay. I obviously didn't run it hard enough.
Yeah, no, I've broke
long enough.
But it is what it is. I mean, to be honest, I don't think I'll be putting batteries in it again anytime soon.
No, I'm thinking I'll probably grab the battery box out of the set and the motors and just leave them, because I think those things will be replaceable eventually when those batteries when that battery box and motors hit the market. I think they'll be readily available, so I don't have to worry about replacement. Not that I have any intention of selling it, but
no. Hey, cheers, Brick Post. Thanks for the sub. Appreciate it. Awesome. Yeah, let me know what you think, mate. Let me know what you think. No, the Osprey, yeah, like you, was one of those things that I wasn't that phased about it, once I realised that it passed me by. Yeah, or I thought it passed me by. I was just like, oh well, whatever. But then, I was lucky enough. Somebody out of the blue, completely out of the blue, who watches the videos on the channel, said, "Hey, I've got a couple of them. Would you like one?" And he sold it to me at retail price. So kudos.
It's interesting. We've talked about this a couple of times. Brooks and myself about how polarizing or how much damage the Osprey kind of did to the Lego community with people that were buying them and scalping them. And
I'd never really thought about that side of it until Rick brought that up the other day.
Yeah.
On your stream, and and since he did bring it up, I was like, oh yeah, you're right. Actually, it did actually. It went beyond just the problem of Lego. There was a couple of people in the community, and no names, but a couple of people out there who rang every single shop in the country and got their hands on every single last one out of a certain retailer, didn't they?
Drop all the names you want, mate. I don't care.
Oh, but I can't be bothered. But you know what I mean, and that sort of thing just upset people. And the guy didn't do anything wrong. He's not out there. He can do whatever he wants, but at the same time, it's just people just like.
Yeah, I know the whole argument.
A good way to alienate yourself within the community. You're doing it.
Well, that's right, isn't it? And the whole argument of capitalism and shit doesn't really wash with me. It's just like it's a pretty scummy thing to do to take it away from everybody else and then sell them off at a massive profit, and then a week later ask for money from people because your organization needs the money because they're broke. Yeah, maybe your organization should have done some better shopping and selling. Yeah, we probably should move on from this thing.
But look, we've got major problems with scalpers down here, and the subject comes up quite a lot. And we both share the same opinions on most of these things. To be honest, it's not illegal, but it's one of those things that's just a shit thing to do.
Yeah, I just don't see it doing any benefit for the community in general. Personally,
the people that are doing it, not necessarily, the people, especially in the Auckland store, they're not members of the community as such. They're just people out there making money. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
2 of these little things left over. And a bunch of these left over, and I can't see where the heck they're meant to go.
What have you got? Let's have a look.
So I got these 2 bad boys.
Oh, yeah.
A couple of those. A bunch of claws. A couple of those. But I've done all 3 of them. Claws all match up both sides. They are on there.
What's on the next page?
What am I? I know where they go. I've seen those. They go on there.
Hey, Woodshop teacher. How are you, mate? Thanks for joining us. Just having a bit of a build session in the evening over here. Yeah, Cabbage Face. Same in every collectible community. Yes. I was really into collecting sneakers prior to collecting Lego. In fact, I sold my whole sneaker collection in order to buy Lego and go all in for it. And I tell you now, if you think the Lego community is ruthless, try and get into the sneaker community. They'll eat you for breakfast. It's like this, the whole thing with that Lego Adidas collab, and all the Lego fans getting upset because they couldn't get their hands on those shoes. I'll tell you, those sneaker boys have got years in experience ahead of any Lego scalpers and in that sort of regard.
Mm.
Yes, that's the way it works. That's the way it works.
This thing's starting to remind me of like a crayfish. or a large prawn.
That's when you held it up the other way there. Like it does look like its little legs are all.
Yeah, like under here, it looks like it's a crayfish, and like even these parts here down the tail are looking a bit prawn-like, crayfish-like.
Yeah.
I like that function. That's real cool.
I think it's meant to drop like a ball or something. I'm sure I saw something in there.
Yeah, there's something in the last bag.
Yeah. I'm not entirely sure.
So before we put legs on it, my little prawns just swimming around. Don't know why it's swimming around to this Jaws music thing.
That's exactly what I'm scaring people.
Okay, so did you see that the vote thing for the brickheads on ideas? And
Yes.
One of the IPs that you could vote for was Jaws.
Yeah.
What
How
the hell?
weird.
Right?
I think that whole thing is weird. Like, I mean, the arguments of on your live stream and on other people's live streams that we're talking about on the weekend as well. Why would you include Star Wars in there? Why would you include Star Wars? Because you're going to make a Star Wars brickhead anyway. Okay. Why would you include Jaws? Surely that's a bit left field.
Yeah.
Minecraft. How bad is that going to look?
Well, they've already done Minecraft brickheads as well, so.
Oh, exactly. Well, there you go. And then Lilo and Stitch. It's a bit. Who
Yeah,
cares?
I don't know. Weird conversations. Hey, Ricky, how's it going, buddy? Brick post. Yes, I did. I built it twice, and I enjoyed it both times. So just to quantify that, because everyone wants to know why did I build it twice. So I got it early as a review copy, and I built it for my YouTube videos, the speed build and the review. And then I took it to a Lego show down in Nelson, and it didn't travel very well home. In fact, I just ended up ripping it apart and putting it in a box, because then I tore it down again to rebuild on my stream on Twitch, which I didn't quite get it finished on Friday night, but took 4 streams on Twitch and everyone's over it now. So I finished it. Yeah, well, I just finished it up over the weekend and stuff. But I did, truth be told, I did enjoy it both times. I didn't think it was bad at all. Some really cool parts in there. I would actually recommend it. It's solid. It's a lot more solid than it looks. You can pick it up. You can shake it. Well, I did, and it didn't fall apart. It's pretty dang accurate. And it is Classics teacher approved by my sister.
Yep.
So
Cabbage
she popped
face
into the stream and she loved it.
Cabbage Face on my chat. He's building it at the moment himself.
Nice.
And I watched him starting to build it the other day on what looked like one of those tea tray tables. You know, those ones that.
Oh, you probably need something a bit bigger than that. Yeah.
You're gonna run out of space pretty quick, buddy.
Yeah. It's a bit of a monolith. No, I'm not gonna lie.
How far have you got, Cabbage Face? Out of interest.
Bro, I feel for you, bro. I feel for you. They are the single worst shittest piece of building the entire set. Do you know the other set that has that same, that exact same use of that same part was the freaking Millennium Falcon. So you know when they sandwich 2 layers of Technic together, and to stop them separating, they put in that Technic.
Yes, and they have, it's like 2 plates between 2 Technic bars, isn't it?
2 pins, and then there's like a small curved.
Yeah,
thing.
but what the spacing that those 2 pins goes into is like a Technic beam, then a plate Technic beam, and that's how that whole structure of the center. Yeah, is that in the Coliseum too?
And to make it worse, you have to get it in but inside one of the Technic frames that's 4x6, I want to say, or 6
I
by
know
8.
the ones. Yeah.
And when you got fat fingers like mine, bruh, cabbage face. I'm with you on that. It's the only thing in the whole set that I actually had a little bit of grievance about because I struggled to get them in both times.
How many did you have to do?
Getting them out when I had to pull it apart was even worse because they're not very accessible. Anyway,
What do I feel like have I missed a bag?
Here we go, right account. Oh man, Rick, you need to subscribe to me on both accounts, mate. I need all the subscribers I can get right at the moment. just in case you haven't subscribed on both accounts, bro. Get to it. I'm still hunting down that magic 1,000.
Yeah, man. Let's get down to it. It's only a matter of time, man. It's only a matter of time.
Wow, still got a wee way to go. I'm only at 700 and something. Although I'm gonna look, man, I'm really proud of the channel over the last couple of weeks. April and I have been chewing out content.
Yep.
We've had like 100 new subscribers in the last week.
Is that right?
No, sorry, in the last month.
Yep.
Yeah. So pretty stoked with that.
No. That's what it's all about. Cabbage face just subbed, you were saying? Good on you, mate.
Oh, thanks so much. Appreciate it. I'm really enjoying what we're doing on YouTube at the moment.
Yeah. What made you choose? You don't have to answer, of course. But what made you choose Twitch over YouTube?
No, that's a good question. Actually, it's a really good question. And sometimes I even question it myself. So I guess it goes right back to the very beginning of when I first started streaming and the reasons why I first started streaming. So I didn't know the difference between Facebook, YouTube. They both basically seemed the same to me. I had more people on Facebook because when I first started streaming, I used to just do like a weekly stream in Mega Fans of Lego because, as you know, I originally started that group.
Yeah.
And so I used to stream in Mega Fans just as a thing. And then when I created the Between the Bricks Facebook page, I streamed on there, and I wasn't really doing YouTube at that point. And the YouTube stuff that I was doing was mostly for what the hell are they called? Flixo. So it wasn't really a Lego channel when I first started doing YouTube stuff because, you know, they asked me to do some reviews and stuff, so I did. And then I had my mental health issues with PTSD and stuff, and so I started streaming more on the Between the Bricks Facebook page because it was my way of being able to keep in touch with people and friends and stuff like that. And I was streaming on... Ah, crap. Let me put them all upside down. I was streaming on Facebook, and a gentleman by the name of Dirk Plug came along and said, "Hey, have you ever thought about streaming on Twitch?" And I said to him, "I don't even know what Twitch is." I'd heard of it. I'd never looked at it because it's a gamer platform, right? And he said to me, there is a few dedicated Lego streamers on Twitch, and I think you would really like it. So I looked at it, and I saw Brick and Nick and Set to Build. There wasn't really many other streamers at that point in time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I decided that I would go and start over there. And the reason for it was quite simply that in the beginning, when I first started streaming, Twitch is more interactive. Twitch is geared up to be more viewer focused. So you can have interactivity, you can have redeemables, you can have things that keep the viewers engaged with the channel, that's not just you sitting there talking. There's other things. There's other benefits. And when I first started streaming over there, I used to have a lot of redeemables and a lot of silly, crazy shenanigan stuff. And eventually it kind of went a bit south because some people would literally just like, they'd take the piss and they'd punish you all stream long. And I got to a serious, man. It's just true. I got to a point where I was just getting punished all stream, and I wasn't enjoying it. So I turned all the redeemables off, and I lost viewers. Straight up, quite simple. I lost. Yeah. People were just there because I was the monkey boy. I do monkey say, monkey do, and I lost viewers. I straight up lost viewers because I wasn't doing the stupid things that they could subject me to. And what people don't realize, I think, yeah, well, what people didn't realize was like there was a real stress on the mental health to try and concentrate on all the crazy stuff that they were redeeming, and some of it was financial, and then that, I never really thought that it would go as far as it went.
Mm-hmm.
So I eased that back and I started doing other redeemables, and that's never been quite the same. So, but I still really like the interactivity of Twitch. I hate the discoverability of Twitch. It is not a discoverable, friendly platform. You can't just go over there and search Lego stream and find Lego streamers.
Yeah.
You can use the brick building tag, but who's going to go there and search brick building? Nobody knows what brick building is.
See that vintage brick? Sorry, mate. I'll just sorry to interrupt there. No, I know what you mean. And you saw I tried to use Twitch there at the beginning as well. And not that I gave it any chance. I mean, I know that it wasn't really it wasn't the platform's fault that I decided not to carry on with it. But I found that the more time, because I found that Twitch was easy. This is from my personal point of view. Twitch was easy that I just put the whole idea of making videos to the wayside. So I found that I had to stop it. Otherwise, all I was going to do was stream, and that would have been it. I would have just been a streamer, not making videos.
Yeah.
So as you know, only now am I starting to do some live streams again. Yeah, it's been taking me quite a while to get back into it.
The Lego community is reasonably small on Twitch, Woodshop, but it's growing, and it's growing a hell of a lot. Of the 2 years that I've been streaming on Twitch, it's gone from like 5 streamers to, I don't know, probably 25, 30 streamers. And over that time, there's been plenty that have come and gone as well. And I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to say that I think the single biggest difference between streamers on Twitch and on YouTube is that on YouTube, a lot of streamers tend to do what we're doing here and co-stream. And like I've watched some streams where there's been 10, 12 people, I know not 10, 8 to 10 people on there. And it seems to happen a lot. And that just doesn't happen on Twitch. April and I are probably the only regular co-streamers on Twitch. And yeah, April makes a good point. Lego's starting to become the cool thing to do on Twitch. So partnered streamers that would normally play video games are taking breaks from video games and doing the odd Lego stream now and then. So that doesn't help us at all, by the way. People don't watch partnered streamers do Lego and then go looking for other Lego streamers.
You think that would sort of start a bit more of the community sort of?
No, not at all. So it's very difficult to try and grow on Twitch, is my opinion on things over there. Like I've been pretty stagnant for the last 6 months or so. I've been trying to get to 1,000 followers on Twitch, and I've been between 700 and probably 800 and 1,000 for about 6 months.
Is that right? Does it fluctuate quite a bit, or?
You lose followers as fast as you gain them. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like bloody YouTube, to be fair.
Yeah.
But it's just that it's not discoverable. You have to show people that that's where you are, basically. Which is why in my YouTube videos I always say, hey, if you want to catch me live, I stream on Twitch 3 times a week. Head over to twitch.tv/between bricks. And because I watch another Twitch streamer who does YouTube content as well, and that's exactly what he does. He recommends it to cross promote. So using YouTube to educate people that Twitch exists, and that's where they can find you if they want to talk to you or live. So I don't know how successful that's been. And I guess now I'm kind of just, you know how you kind of get entrenched in something and you've put a lot of work and effort into it and you don't really want to throw it away?
No.
That's kind of how I feel about Twitch right now.
Yeah, you put work into it though. It's like anything like that, isn't it? I'll tell you what, I nearly threw the YouTube channel away that weekend when I had to re-record that review 3 times. I was hovering over the delete account button, man. I was so close.
I bet you're glad you didn't now though, because you've really taken off this last little while, and rightly so.
Well, yeah, it's definitely gotten a lot better over the last little while. You know, there's seems to be a lot more happening, which is always good. It's always good. I have sort of plateaued myself now a little bit as well after that little bit of a. I mean, giving something away at 1,000 subscribers certainly helps to get that little push.
Yeah.
Up and over, you know. And I lost, a few subscribers after that as well. Few people just leaving as soon as they saw the draw.
Yeah.
And that they didn't
yeah, April's right. Twitch is going to be a slow burn, and it's like anything. When you sort of take on a new platform, it's always going to be difficult. This year's been a really interesting year as well, watching other people stream that don't normally stream. I've been in the Lego community and I've been watching YouTubers on Lego for quite a number of years, and there's some pretty big Lego YouTubers that I've never ever seen stream before. And 2020, all of a sudden, everybody wants to stream. And rightly so, because you can't go out. So, trying to compete with massive channels, not a happening thing.
That's it. Everyone's had more time to sort of think about doing these little projects that they've always wanted to do. Like, hey, I want to get into making YouTube videos, or hey, I want to, getting into that. There's been quite a few that have just appeared overnight.
Yeah, I think it's just
cool thing.
It's out of not desperation, but it's out of necessity, isn't it? Necessity is the mother of invention. And when you're stuck cooped up inside for weeks and weeks on end, and what are you going to do? The internet. Thank God for the internet. Because what did we do before we had the internet? We had to talk to people face to face and everything.
Sorry what this was. I was thinking, what have I done here? What have I cocked up? More guns. Oh, this is a little bit better than I thought. That is quite possibly the worst extra build. The wheels
it's all right, mate. Throw it away.
The wheels work. Focus. Look how crap that is.
What is that even meant to be?
Like a little bike. It's just rubbish. It's fodder, as I would call it.
Wow.
It's definitely a throwaway side build. Why they put it on there, I don't know. Yeah, I honestly don't know.
Oh yeah, look, I'm not disagreeing, April. I think the internet's an amazing space most of the time. I've made some fantastic friends with the internet. Shit, I started well like with the internet. It's got the internet to thank for a whole bunch of things. Makes me wonder, like, I don't remember life before the internet. No, I'm not.
No, I don't know, man. People like yourself, like April, like Cabbage Face, like Woodshop Teacher, people that I've met recently through streams and things like that, you know? It's all a bit of a new world to me. It's good fun. It's good fun. Look at that. I finished 2 sets in the time that you've done 1.
Okay, I didn't realize it was a race. You should have told me that before we started. I'm a pretty slow stream builder.
Oh no, it wasn't a race, mate. It wasn't a race at all. In fact, I don't even think I was going to build this one. It's actually not bad. I was thinking it was going to be worse than, you know.
We can finish up if you're ready to finish up, though, because I can finish this another time.
Yeah. How much more have you got to do?
Oh, there's lots. There's still 3 full bags.
Oh, true. Yeah, I might finish it up. We've been going for it.
That's cool, because my son actually just asked me if I'm able to pick him up.
You what?
My son's just asked if I could pick him up in 20 minutes. Just
yeah, that works out.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah.
All right.
No, sure.
Well, look, we'll definitely do this again.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And yeah, I'll say it again. Big thanks to Koiko for helping us out, supplying us sets to make content with. Keep an eye out on my channel for some jigs. I'm going to put a couple of those away. The Lego jigsaws. I don't think I'll stream me building a jigsaw. I don't think that'll be.
You're not keen on that?
Hey?
You're not keen on that?
Should we give it a go?
Oh, I didn't see why not, eh?
I just thought, you know, trying to find jigsaw pieces might just be a bit crap. You know, trying to find Lego pieces is bad enough at the best of times, you know. Thank God they come in numbered bags and
yeah.
But you know, so
is this thing gonna stand on its own? It's not, is it?
What, sorry?
There's no way this is gonna stand on its own, is it?
Maybe when it's got all its weight. Looks cool though. Looks cool. Yeah, cheers, April. Thanks for chucking the link in there again. I do actually have a link in my description below. So, hey, if you are in New Zealand, make sure you check out Toyco. They're really good people.
I'll leave that one later.
Yeah. Hey, thanks, Dan.
No worries, man. Thanks, Chris. It was good to finally do something.
Absolutely, and let's do it again. Let's do it again. Hey, look, thanks to whoever's still hanging around in the chat. I can see Cabbage Face Lego. Thank you very much for hanging out, mate. We appreciate it. April, of course. Thank you. You are awesome.
Thanks for the feedback. Appreciate it.
Woodshop Teacher, thank you very much for hanging out too. Anyone else that's there, thank you very much. We will see you again soon.
Coolio.